Luis Rodriguez, aka TriggaHappyProductions, aka Mr. Happy. How are you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. Feeling good today.
So, what do you do? Tell me about it.
Well, I do a little bit of everything. You know, make beats. Started making beats, and from there I started writing music, and then now I produce, I engineer, master audio, and trying to get a team together. Get my own artists on board.
But you're also an artist, right?
I am also an artist. I write my own music.
Awesome.
I rap, harmonize.
So, master of all trades.
Try to be.
All right. So, I heard that you said that you started by making beats. How old were you?
When I started making beats, I was 14 years old. 14.
What made you interested in making beats?
So my father, he was a DJ. He used to play a bunch of vinyls, and he ended up buying himself a beat machine, and he used to do his little samples and make his own little thing. And me, I grew up as a father's boy, and used to follow everything he did. So when I seen him messing with it, I used to go to work, and I used to turn it on and try to make my own beats. And then he called me one day. He was like, "Hey, let me show you how it's done." And from there, I started making my own.
He caught you.
He caught
He was
me.
like,
Yeah. You messing with my stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's amazing. Was this like a moment ever that like you looked at a specific moment where you looked at your dad and you was like, I want to do that?
Yeah. When he used to DJ at parties and a lot of stuff in New York. So I grew up in the Bronx, and he used to do like jams in the parks and everything, and I used to see everybody dancing. Everybody loved everything he was doing. It was like...
Was it like a specific event?
Nothing specific. It was just jams he threw personally at the parks, and everybody used to come hang out, break dancing. Some people go on the sets and throw their vinyls on and scratch, show off and try to, show their talents.
What caught your attention the most during those times? Was it the actual work that he was doing? Was it the people's reaction? Was it the vibe?
Mostly the reaction. Everybody having a good time, like loving it. Saying they want him to come back, DJ again, throw these parties, keep them going, getting everybody together.
What genre he used to play?
Oh, he played everything from, of course, hip hop was the main thing, but he played freestyle music. I know you know freestyle, Dream Boy, Dream Girl, all that. He played it all. House music, back in those days, and house music was the shit. And you got Studio 54 opened up, and it was wild back in those days. So he did it all.
That's amazing.
It depended on the crowd what he played. So,
did you have like a specific genre that inspired you the most?
Oh, hip hop always.
Okay.
Hip hop was always my main. I listen to everything, but hip hop's my go-to.
So from making beats, did you started engineering after, or you started as an artist like singing?
So engineering came probably like 4 years ago.
Okay.
I started, like I said, beats first, and then started writing to my own beats.
Okay.
Recording myself and seeing what sounds best, what microphone works best for me, and programs. And then I found my voice and started engineering myself, mastering my voice, and then I started working on other people.
All right. So when you got your own system, not your dad's, your own system.
Yeah.
Do you got a system to make beats first?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, when it started with the beats, so first of all, I had, when I was using my father's stuff, I used to have a friend that used to come over who was making beats on a different program. He introduced me to FL Studio years ago. And he was like, you should make your beats on here. I was using a beat machine. It was an MPC back then. It was just my father's beat machine, loading in floppy disks just to get the sounds on there. And he introduced me to FL Studio, and that helped me a lot. And that's when my beats I progressed.
Awesome. What about when you started recording yourself?
So when I started recording myself, which was personal, I didn't like to show a lot of people because you just started.
It's personal.
Yep. So my friend, I showed him. He was like, "Oh, this is hot," you know. This. So he started rapping with me, and we started working on recording ourselves. And when I was doing my personal thing, it was like a journal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just whatever I was feeling, I put it down in the notebook, spit it to one of my beats, and I work on it. My father was always there, so he kept me motivated. And you know, and it came simple because I already knew the concept of doing a chorus, you know, doing your verses, how you should lay your beats down, and every 16, you know.
Counting bars.
Yeah.
Heard you. So describe me your first setup.
My first setup. If you think about it now, it was probably shit back in the days.
No, but it is like the beauty of it, you know.
Yeah. So
think about the growth.
There was no interface boxes back then. Mm-hmm. We had just a straight microphone that you probably seen like karaoke bars. You know, plugged straight into the computer. Mm. You know, and we did our best. Sometimes if you didn't have a microphone, we plugged the headphones into the microphone line and used the headphones as a microphone. You know, quality, you know, back then it probably sounded good. It's probably, you know, but you had to use what you had.
All right.
So
awesome. So based on that first setup to what you have going on now, I know it's still personal.
Right.
But talk to me. What's the difference?
All right, so as you record yourself and you trying to engineer your own voice, you hear certain things that's in there that you don't want, so you change your setup all the time. You know, it's from having it in the closet, having it in the corner, putting the mattress up, or, you know, hanging things up to cover the corner and have your mic in there. You work, you play with it, and you find what works best. You know, doesn't work for everybody. It all depends on your equipment.
What change you think you made that had the biggest impact on quality?
The biggest change I would say is equipment changing. You know, changing your interface boxes, changing your mic. You know, you could keep your same setup if you upgrade your interface box, your microphone. I think changes your quality a lot.
Okay.
Sometimes it's your programs, but it all depends because you can have $1,000 program and it will sound like shit compared to a $200 program. Mm-hmm. It all depends on what you do with it, how you know how to work with it. Just try to master it before, like, I don't like it, I'm gonna move on to the other one. You know, so.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I like to try to stick with one thing, get it right, instead of jumping around, because then you're all over the place.
Is there something, you know, in that learning experience that you just described you had, and the kind of, you know, trying things out, something that, you know, was very, like, challenging for you?
What I found challenging was trying to produce other artists.
Okay.
Because I found what worked for me, so trying to find what worked for the next person is hard. Like, some people like to be close to the mic, so you got to work with their levels, work with bringing things down, bringing things up. You know, some people like to be far. Some people don't like to hear themselves in the headphones, so you got to learn how to work with certain people. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I can say is difficult, but we always find a solution, find a way to make it work.
But I have a feeling that you right now focus more on recording on the artist than yourself. Is this correct, or is just
that is
my
correct.
Assumption?
Because my goal is not to be in the front.
Okay. I
don't want to be the artist, the rapper in the video in the front. I'd rather be the guy in the background that produced that. You know, like, so you watch a movie, right? Mm-hmm. There's a director. He's not in the movie, but he directed that movie. If it wasn't for him, that movie wouldn't be what it is, right? That's my goal.
Understood. Is there any reason specifically why you don't like to be the one in front of the camera?
There's no reason why. It's just that's not what I'm looking for. When I first started, I wanted to be that person, but then it became more of finding myself and what I really want to do, and it's like I don't know. I'd rather have an artist that's hot out there shouting me out like TriggaHappyProductions produced this. This is the like I don't want to mention anybody, but you probably cut this out. But like you see Swiss Beats, he's not a rapper, but a lot of people fuck with him. They like his beats. Timbaland, Dr. Dre. That's what I want.
All right. Any highlights in your music career? A day that you will never forget.
Coming here.
Awesome.
You know, this is a day I will never forget. This was an awesome time. I love the place. I love the team. I enjoy it and I appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you. We appreciate visitors, and we're very happy to have you come over and to come a second time in a week. That was, amazing.
Yeah, it was worth it. Definitely.
So, talking about, your experience in your career, tell me about how has it been, the good and the bad?
Well, the good is you're making music. Good part. But then you have, if you recording with friends, or if you befriend artists, sometimes you have to tell them, oh, it really doesn't sound good. And sometimes it's hard to tell them that, but But as long as we all on the same page, there should be no problem, But sometimes you get, you have an artist that usually comes in and kills shit, and then there's that one off day they come in, it's a blah verse, and it's like,
you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Like, do I just keep this and just go along with it, or do I just no? Gotta tell them no. This is no. Let's revise this. Let's go.
Do you have artists that you feel more comfortable being able to express, like, listen, like, I don't think this is your best work, or I think you should put more energy, like, you can just stop the track and I'm like, what are you doing, and approach them, than others?
No, everybody I work with, I pretty much...
At the same level?
Same level, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they already know coming into my place.
How many people, how many artists are you working with right now?
4.
All right. Out of the 4 artists that you have, do you have a specific artist that you think is the strongest? You don't need to mention names.
Yeah, no. The strongest I would say is a Homage, certified Homage. He's hungry, so he's tearing it up right now. So.
What else do you like about him?
Personally, I know him, so of course it's all love there, and I like his growth, his progression, where he started, where he's coming, where he's gonna be.
Is Homage an artist that you, let's say for example, he having an off day, you would be like, listen, what are you doing, dude? Or you think you?
Yeah, but I never really see him on a. Well, I can't even call that an off day because that's when he first started rapping, but. No, I never really had to tell him, yo, no, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Rewrite it, or
Have you in your career had to make like a big sacrifice? That like something that hurt it because this is your passion and you have to like sacrifice something.
Right. There's always sacrifices, but it's nothing that hurt me. So I was in a relationship, right? So the music had to go on pause for a little bit. So I was doing like not really working with people, just doing when I found time. I was doing my thing, but like I said, that's the only thing that kind of hurted my career. But it not emotionally, it didn't hurt me. It was just something I had to do.
Was she supportive towards you making music?
It was not.
No. Do you think that eventually that's caused a lot of maybe when you guys are not together anymore?
No, I don't think the music caused anything because I didn't really go anywhere with the music, so it wasn't like I was around a lot of people.
I mean more like not the music.
Okay.
Causing the issue, the lack of support causing the issue.
In the household. So I don't think it was a lack of support. It was just issues in the past that always came up, like not getting over things and trust issues, and so it kind of made things worse with the music. So, oh, you're gonna go to the studio, who's gonna be there? Oh, so it made things worse because of past situations.
Was she interested in your music?
She listened, but it wasn't like, oh, I think you should put it out there, or I'm gonna share it with all my friends so they can hear it. It was more like oh, that's hot. Oh, I like what you said here. But that's as far as it went.
Right. Like right now, who you think are your biggest supporters?
Well, besides God, right? You got myself. Working on myself, so working on forgiving myself. I can't forgive nobody if I can't forgive myself, so that's what I'm working on now.
What do you need to forgive yourself for?
Things I did in the past, but I wouldn't be here in this situation if it wasn't for the certain decisions I made, so.
Live and learn.
That's right. And,
Are you close with your parents?
Yes, definitely.
Is your father supportive?
My father is supportive, but he has a lot going on which he can't, come along and ride along to be here with me. But he is definitely supportive. He loves everything I do. He tells me all the time, like, I love you. Thank you for keeping the music going in the family.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
How about your mom?
My mom is definitely supportive too. Yes.
Are you closer to your mom or your dad?
I could say growing up I was closer to my dad, but the last 3 years I became closer with my mother.
What do you think that happened?
I don't know. I think we all go back to where we came from, right? To our mothers. So maybe that's what it is. And she has certain words, certain knowledge that she tells me that, keeps me going and keeps me pushing. That's different words than my father. My father, of course, love him to death. He's there for me. It's just a difference. When she talks to me, you can feel the difference. And it's like
15 years ago and you right now, have you noticed any big changes in your craft?
Sound quality, especially the beats changed, beats upgraded. I go with, try to follow what's trending, what's going on now, and try to be one up, try to be ahead of the game and sound better. And you always want to be better, so.
Do you have something that you was really into back then that you don't do as much right now because it's not as popular?
Oh, yeah. I used to break dance.
Okay.
So breakdancing is definitely, with my age, breakdancing is something I could do now. But to keep it 100, I started smoking weed.
Okay.
So.
You got lazy?
Got lazy. The body was like, you're not doing that shit no more.
Maybe not.
But that's when I picked up music,
Okay.
started making beats. If I let one thing go, but picked another up.
You still smoke weed?
I still smoke weed, but I don't gotta dance.
So, question, do you think when you smoke do you feel like you're more artistic than when you're just without it, like not smoking, you're sober?
No, I think it's all the same. I just smoke just to calm the nerves, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Try to zone out on what I'm doing, and that's about it. It doesn't really change. I think what I create is the same with while I smoke or if I don't smoke.
Is that the same with your writing?
It's the same when I'm writing, but when I drink and write, it's different.
Okay, tell me how.
So, when I'm smoking and I'm writing, my flow is different. It's more of a calmer flow. Just riding to the beat and just going with it. Now, if I'm drinking and I'm writing something, it's more oomph to it, more amped, more like.
Amped, like in a I want to fight you kind of way, or
no, amped like more in
party kind of way.
Like party kind of way.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, like let's get the vibe going. Everybody chilling, all love.
That's very cool. So earlier today, I went into YouTube and I was looking at your videos just because I wanted to kind of get more background about you.
Gotcha.
I saw that song that you have named Your Body.
Okay.
Any special ladies out there?
There is a hidden artist out there.
Okay. That you have interest in?
Yes, a lot. And you know, it's funny. She's from New Britain.
Awesome.
And she is.
What's more?
That's her artist name, not her real name, but she does like. Supposedly, she don't want to be out there like that.
Okay.
You know, which is mind-boggling because she's talented.
Mm-hmm.
Her voice is phenomenal. That Your Body, that was a good one. And we did that, so she couldn't come to my studio to do it. So I had to send it to her. Then she had to send me her verse, and then I had to add it to it, and do my engineering to make it sound good. And it sounds good. Okay. It sounds like we was in the same studio, but we wasn't.
Okay. Where do you see yourself like in 5-10 years from now?
5 to 10 years from now, I see TriggaHappyProductions, Himmy Entertainment, on the map.
Awesome.
Doing our thing, working, progressing, networking. You know, nothing less. Just keep pushing.
If there's like any big, like, I really want to do this, other than that broad vision?
Yeah, I would really like to get to be producing, engineering, putting the work out there, getting recognition, getting my people, the team, everybody recognition, pushing us as far as we can go, you know.
Is it more important for you to be recognized or get famous or actually make money?
I would think recognition.
Recognition, okay.
Being known, at least get the word out. You know, like, I'm not promised tomorrow. So one reason why they call me Trigga Happy is because someone that's Trigga Happy, they just let off, right? Trigga Happy. So that's my way of doing music.
Okay.
So when I rap or I do, I go off. I just go.
Okay.
Yeah, I come from the bottom, but I ain't going back. I don't listen to them voices, I don't fall for the trap. But don't push me off the edge, cause then I'm pulling my strap. Cause everybody talk guns, but no one's making it clap.